Om Shanti. Stay in the volcanic stage and experience powerful remembrance. Lighthouse and Mighthouse stage. The last and fast effort that remains is of the volcanic form. The Yadavas were waiting because of the Pandavas. The stage of elevated and spiritual honor of the Pandavas will finish the adverse distress situations of the Yadavas. Use your honor to give distressed souls the blessings of peace and comfort. To be the volcanic form means to understand the lighthouse and mighthouse stage and to continue to make that effort. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today is day 9. Stay in the volcanic stage and experience powerful remembrance. Today's topic, Lighthouse and Mighthouse stage. Didi Mohini Ji's specialities shared by Dadi Prakash Ji. Second point, spiritual love works like a blessing. Baba said of Didiji, those who are the special, beloved deities, Ist, and one of the 8, Ast, cannot have any suffering, Kast. The form is such that no one is able to see it. If you look at everything while keeping the land of sorrow in front of you, then you can feel the sorrow, but the secret full of all significance is incognito. The bestower of fortune has given such a part. We stayed together and we will be together. There is no question of any sorrow. This love has not finished and it will never finish. This is spiritual love which works like blessings in becoming karmadit and in making one another move forward. Seeing this part, I have even more enthusiasm that now I have to become number 1 and become like Didi. I have to practice being like her and like her, have the desire to serve through my every thought, and also have the desire to bring everyone closer. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi ji.
Mm. Om Shanti, everyone. Yeah, we had been listening to beautiful stories about Didi Mohini. I was very fortunate in Delhi. When I came in knowledge, Didi was in charge of all the centers of Delhi. And centers were quite far, lot of distance. So it was not easy for everyone to just travel. In those days, I think first time it was one brother who happened to be at the center where I was, and he used to visit foreign countries. He brought a tape recorder. In the beginning, he brought a very small one, and then the big tape recorders came. He bought in Geneva. He brought it and took it to Madhuban. I was there at that time and played, and Baba was watching. And Baba always used to say that first and Murli is to listen directly. So when we are in Madhuban, then we will listen to Shiv Baba through Brahma Baba. And then Baba used to say, second is tape recorder. At least you hear the voice. And third is which you get by mail. Because from Madhuban, they will send a pack of 6 Murlis every week. And by the time it reached all the centers, another week at that time, I'm talking of 50s when I was there, 1958. So Murli will reach in 2 weeks, right? So Baba used to say that is third number. So then what Didi thought that, everyone cannot have that tape recorder was very, very expensive at that time. So Didi was one brother who used to work in railways. His name was Om Prakash. I think it's very recently he left body. And because when he retired from railways, still had a pass, right? So he will take that tape recorder, big one, and Didi will travel with him. She will let everyone listen that, and then she will give class. Because when Baba said this is the second class, first is to listen directly, second through tape recorder, and third is reading or listening from the paper. So she had this, it was early in the morning, and Didi used to live in Rajori Garden. I was in south of Delhi, and this is another part. So she leaves early morning, and she will go to every center. At that time, there were few, but now, like in Delhi, there are about 100 centers. And she will go and play that, and it's quite a devotion, sacrifice, whatever it is. But then in Dadis, in their heart, there was nothing but God and His service. So much love for Baba. And then second thing what Didi did is when double foreigners start coming to Madhuban, there was tradition that when you are leaving Madhuban, then one of the dadis, because when Mama left body, then Baba invited Didi to come and be in Madhuban as the main instrument. So she left Delhi, she came to Madhuban. So all the double foreigners, anyone who is leaving, now Didi's room is now, which then became Dadi Prakash Padi's visitor's room. But that was Didi's room to live. So we all will go, anyone who is leaving will go. And Didi will give very lovely drishti, but very powerful. I think many double foreigners who took that drishti, shared that drishti, still remember that because the way to say goodbye. And then she will give you one or two main points that you take with you. There's there. So when it will be like, I also come with the group, then she will say 2, 3 things. When you go, you do this, this, this. And after a few months, she said, now you tell what you will do. So I will say, okay, Didi, when I go this time, because I was young, like my 20s. When I go, I will do this, this, this. So she will say, like she had three thoughts for me. And when I said it, she wanted to say if they match or not. So then she will say, oh, you pass in two. Next time, maybe three. Like I will say, Didi, this time when I go, I will pay attention to this. Or then she said, oh, I also wanted to say this. So she taught us how to, be very disciplined, very much merged in Baba's love. When we had yoga bhattis those days, it was just you merge in the ocean. And we all experience that now. When you are merged in ocean, you are calm, you are peaceful, you are very still, right? Many beautiful experiences. So Didi definitely was not only a lovely soul, but very powerful. Very powerful. Love for Murli was so much. So, of course, she was lighthouse, lighthouse. In lighthouse, lighthouse, you don't have to correct anyone. Whatever soul needs to do, you are able to help that soul. I have given this example many times, but I myself saw how Brahma Baba, from his room to the Tower of Peace, which is now his memorial, he used to walk very often in the evening. That was his walk. And you know that Brother Ramesh brought some people who know about energies, right? So one brother came and said that even now, from Baba's room up to the Tower of Peace, that passage has maximum healing power. Because that was Baba's used to walk in the morning, in the afternoon. I mean, he will go in the kitchen, all that. But then generally his walk was there, where the uh, tower is actually was playground. We used to play every evening with Baba. Baba used to play badminton and many games. And then Baba got this training center, you know, because then some of us start staying longer after Mama left to help Dadi. So that they say has so much healing power. They say anyone who walks from Baba's room up to the Tower of Peace. So next time when you go to Madhuban, you should try it. Right. So Baba, so many things Baba will observe and they were not right maybe. But Baba won't correct them there. Baba will observe, he's detached. And of course in Murli he will say, but he will give those souls light and might. Because if you tell by words, some people will take it, some won't, right? And if you are Baba's instrument, Baba wants you to be lighthouse and mighthouse, and Baba will give them light and might. Many, many stories had been shared, but now what Baba wants us to also to be lighthouse, mighthouse, like Baba. Mm. So that, there are many souls, they want to do something, but they can't do. Determination is not there, power is not there, right company is not there. But Baba still wants us to be that. So, as instruments, it becomes our duty to help those souls with more and more light and might. And that's only possible is when we become lighthouse, lighthouse, so that their wandering mind can be more stable. So, yeah, very stable, right? But still moving. That is actually, Baba says, in short, lighthouse, might house is be Swadershan Chakradhari. Keep spinning the knowledge of the discus of cycle. From here, I go to Paramdham, and then I come to Golden Age, go through the cycle, and now it's time again to be at Confluence Age and go to Paramdham. So when you Swadarshan, have the vision of the self, of how do I play part in the cycle, Swadarshan Chakradhari, and spinning that knowledge is holding that chakra. What Sri Krishna did with chakra, kill the devils, right? So Swadershan chakra is really to destroy all kinds of vibrations, atmosphere, sanskars, right? So each one of us keep aim. Our homework for tomorrow is be lighthouse and lighthouse. Start early morning at Amrit Veda in the stage of lighthouse, lighthouse. Many souls will be served in that stage. So Baba is saying that the lighthouse and lighthouse stage. So Baba said that the last and the fast effort that remains to be in the volcanic form. So Baba says Yadavs are waiting because of the Pandavas. Yadavs are waiting because of the Pandavas. You know that war is still on, right? So it stops, then starts. It's again, today's had been a lot of attacks. So Baba says that the stage of elevated and spiritual honor of the Pandavas and finish, Baba says, the adverse, stressed situations of the Yadav. It's not only stress, it's very painful, right? So many people, so many resources are being destroyed every day. So Baba says, use your honor to give distressed souls the blessing, Baba says, of peace and comfort. So much fear, which who will be attacked, which country, country after country. So Baba says that to the Yadavs, Baba says to the volcanic, volcanic form is meant to, Baba says, what it has to be done. What you have to become, lighthouse and lighthouse stage. And to continue, Baba says to make that effort. Continue to make the effort to be lighthouse, lighthouse. Yes, somebody, most of us to certain stage, we all are lighthouse, lighthouse. But Baba wants everything to be consistent, to be forever. So our homework for a day, practice from early morning Amrit Vela to create the stage of lighthouse and might house. That's what all we have to do. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Didi. Om Shanti,
Hello.
everyone. Did you hear me?
Yes, Om Shanti Gayatri.
I feel I'm echoing.
It's okay, right?
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's clear now. Mhm.
Didi, I want to, before I go into the Avyakti signal, I want to clarify something in today's Murli with you. And I'll read it. And it was a very new point for me. And I'm sure it was a new point for others. And so they might need some sort of clarification. So Baba is saying that Shri Krishna has taken the full 84 births and has played a part for the full 5,000 years. It is considered a birth even while the soul is in a mother's womb. From the moment the Shri Krishna soul comes down and enters a womb, he has to play the part of 84 births in 5,000 years. You celebrate the birthday of Shiva when he is sitting in this one. Similarly, when the Sri Krishna soul enters a womb, there is movement and the calculation of 5,000 years begins from that moment. If it were any difference, it would be 5,000 years minus that much. These matters are very subtle and have to be understood. So I wonder if you could just give your take on it.
No, one is interpretation, other is it is very clear what Baba is saying. Okay, so now if I'm accepting that that's what is happening, that the count of the 5,000 begins when the soul is in the womb, as soon as soul comes in the womb of the mother. So we have to accept it, and then, so I don't think I did any churning on that, but I just thought, I took it that this is how it is. And of course, as you're saying, maybe we need to churn more. But I thought we never talked about it, heard it from before. It's first time Baba is saying it. So we all have to reflect on that.
Well,
Because
I
the
mean, there's,
example Baba is giving so good that when I enter in Brahma Baba, so birth is counted from there. So same he's saying is with the soul of Sri Krishna, that when as soon as start came in and there was movement in the womb, that means soul has entered. That is where the cycle begins. So
and so where does it sit then when he says, when Radha and Krishna take the throne and become Lakshmi and Narayan, the dating starts 111.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's what I was looking at, because you see, these are revelations, and so you don't churn on them. You have to accept them for what they are. But it's like getting different pieces of the puzzle, and sooner or later, these pieces would begin to make a sense of how things would happen in the golden age, because Baba says You will have
Mm.
visions of it, but you will also see those visions like you're seeing it with your own eyes. So I was just fascinated that the time of the 5,000 years of Sri Krishna's life begins the moment he enters that womb.
Because there are many concepts which many times they say, okay, let's see how it happens. Like
Mhm.
Baba talks about the age of Lakshmi Narayan, and it will be 150, marriage, then children. And I really don't think too much about it because I feel, okay, Baba has said it. And let's see how, as the time passes, maybe we'll be more clear about everything
Mhm.
because we are seeing that how destruction is really going, it doesn't stop, right? It
Mhm.
again begins, it again begins. So, same is the establishment of the new world. So, everything will be revealed on other side also. So,
Mhm.
maybe it will be very soon what we are hearing, we might see it, right?
Mhm.
So, then we will know that
Yeah.
destruction, establishment, and for establishment, those who are instrument to sustain the golden age, they will be the masters, right? So we will see the masters appearing and we will experience that kind of kingdom, where there is sustenance, there is peace, there is love. So I think we might start seeing those new scenes of kingdom also.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, coming back to the Avyakti signal, I wanted to ask you, who are the Yadavas? Who is it that we should be uplifting with our elevated spiritual honor? The
Mhm.
Kauravas, we know, are supposed to be those devotees. The religious people would be the Kauravas. Who are the
No,
Kauravas?
Kaurava,
Maybe I ask you the question. Who are the Kauravas and who are the Yadavas?
okay, so they show Kauravas and Pandavas, brothers, they were brothers. And
Mhm.
of course, there was a big, fight over the kingdom and all that. But Baba used to mention that those who have created all these bombs and all that, Baba used to say, we remove that word, maybe European, and mean those who created the bombs and all that, they are Yadavs. But then Pandavas, they said, had love for God. Kauravas had love for power. And Yadav said more like using the nature, the elements into where they could destroy the world, like three forces. So Pandavas are, that is why they show that when Arjuna and Duryodhan, they went to Krishna. So one sat on the side of the head and one on the side of the feet. So when Krishna woke up, so he asked Pandav, he was Arjuna, what do you want from me? He said, you should be with us. You should be our charioteer. And then Kaurva said, your all army, whatever you have, just give us that. Right? So they asked for army and they asked for God's company, right? So Yadavs are not considered to be, Yadavs are like separate. So there are three, Yadav, Kaurav, and Pandav. So basically, those who created, I think you are aware that everywhere they have bombs, everywhere, underwater, under land, under everywhere. That means it could take few minutes for everything to finish, if it happens. It might happen, as Baba says. So Yadavs are basically inventors of all these things.
Mhm. So Yadavs would be the inventors of AI.
Yeah, what do you
Yeah,
think?
I think so.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I
Because
wanted,
now they are scared of their own power, right?
That's right.
Because recently one company came up and the president just said no, discontinue with this company because they had very powerful programs. So yeah, one day you don't know. As one time Baba said, who will take the burden of sins to press the button to destroy the world? It's a lot of burden. So maybe AI will do it and by mistake. So there is no sense on any human being, but
Mhm.
maybe I will take all the sense.
That's right.
Let's see. It's not far.
It's not going to be, it's where time is close, as Baba would say. Now, I don't know if I have enough time. Do I have time to ask a question? One more, or do I have
Yeah.
to stop? Okay.
No, you can ask.
You picked up on lighthouse and might house in the Avyakti signal, and I picked up on elevated spiritual honor. I really like this elevated spiritual honor. And Baba says, use your honor to give distressed souls the blessing of peace and comfort. So as you were talking and I was hearing the Murli points and I was hearing what Adiji said about Didi, I was thinking of the spiritual honor that the seniors and the daddies embody. And I'm going to tell you what came to me as I was looking at these pieces. And then you tell me what you feel spiritual honor is. Like spiritual honor is recognizing and valuing deeply our original and divine selves. The essence of that, not just the expansion of it, but the essence of who we are, to honor that in others, even if it's the Yadavas, and to honor it in matter, the whole of creation. But more than that, I felt it was something to do with the heart. This elevated spiritual honor was seated more in the heart of the soul. So it was like a humble posture of the soul's heart that reflected in the world like unconditional love and respect. So if we were going to serve the Yadavas, we had to do it with this unlimited or unconditional love and with a great deal of respect. So what do you think is this elevated spiritual honor?
One word which Baba had been using, we can take it both ways, that everyone has to return to their original self. Everyone. No, to whatever stage, might not golden aged or silver aged, but another word which Baba used yesterday was returning. He said home, but we all have to return, or we all have to be in our original honor or original respect, and that is eternal qualities and original qualities. So
Mhm.
I will look at that way, that whether they are Yadavs or Kauravs or anyone, but we all have to return home, or we
Mhm.
all have to return or attain our original stage. And I see that as spiritual honor for the self and everyone else.
But you also made a point, which I liked very much, and you connected it to the lighthouse and might house and Baba Dada being the lighthouse and might house. And you said it wasn't, Baba didn't know what was going on. He knew what was going on. But because of his elevated spiritual honor, he never told anyone directly what they were doing was wrong. In other words, I would say he didn't complain, neither did he explain to them what you were doing is wrong. But what he did was that he became the lighthouse and might house, and he gave them the power, he gave them the strength, the support, and worked with them at the subtle level to change their minds through his power. So they were corrected through the power of the lighthouse and might house of Bapdada. Wasn't that also elevated spiritual honor to do that?
Yeah. But also that love for God, because he gave power. He always uplifted. He never look at the weaknesses of anyone. So I think that what God is, and then through Brahma Baba, that is what he did. So that means that is the right way, because what God does, the way he does, and also through Brahma, we all have to use that same method, right? And that becomes true service. And the memorials which will be created for you will be based on love and the power which you share with the souls. And that's how I am relating to what it means to be lighthouse, lighthouse, plus helping souls with that dignity of seeing them into their original self, because that's what they all will be very soon.
Yeah.
Right?
Very, very beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Didi. Thank you so much.
It's nice. Thank you, Gayatri. Om Shanti.